This week's episode is a little more laid back and will focus on the off days, what I do when I'm not filming. Today we went out to just hang out with the herd and see what everyone was up to. I have become known as the treat lady, so several of the horses come over to say hi. Aries tends to hang out with the top dogs of the herd, the chestnut quarter horse Spike, the Appaloosa Apache, and Picasso usually hangs around Aries as well, hiding behind him. Since we've been having such warm, sunny weather, spending extra time in the pasture has been easy. When I sit out there, Picasso and Aries tend to graze around me, not wandering too far off. I'm just one of the guys. I can't blame them for their choice of grazing spot today. Look at that view. At one point, a group of geldings went over to tease and talk to the Arab stallion, Bert. Bert was thrilled to have the entertainment, but Picasso and Aries hung back. Smart boys. Then someone initiated a run, and the herd was off. I thought this was cute. Each horse kicks in the exact same place. Once everyone had settled down, I noticed Aries had put his herd into a nice, orderly ball. Then Picasso came running over to say hi, only to run away, laughing. Now it was time to collect the boys and go do something else. Today, I thought, let's test our relationship and do everything at liberty. Aries has every chance to leave if he wants to. Let's see where I stand. And the only place to do any real liberty work is in the covered arena, Aries' favorite place. This will really be a test. Aries wasn't that all connected, and at one point he got a little too disconnected. So I said, hey, it's alright, you can go be on your own, or you can be with me. Which do you want? He rejoined me pretty quickly when I offered it. The left side seems pretty good. What about the right side? After playing at Liberty for a while, I brought him in to do a little bit of body work before we moved on to the saddle pad. Look at how easy and relaxed his tail is. Remember, if you got the tail, you have the mind. I thought it would be interesting to see how Aries dealt with the saddle pad at Liberty. He has every opportunity to move away if he wants to. And at some points, he did move off. But not in an attempt to get away. It felt more like he just needed to move to vent some of his anxiety. But I like how he stayed calm and never really got too startled or worried. And I never asked him to stop. I just allowed him to stop or walk at whatever pace he wanted to, for as long as he wanted to. So why do all this stuff? I'm preparing him for all the weird stuff that he may run into in the human world. One of my goals next year, aside from riding him, is to take him to more events. I want people to meet him, to be moved by him, and hopefully turn some more attention to the future of America's wild horses. Aries is charismatic and awe-inspiring, and downright beautiful. I know you all love him, but in person, he really is magnetic. I started this project with the goal of allowing people to get to know a wild horse the way I would by gentling him. I know that if people get invested in his story, they will care about the plight of other wild horses. So please, share his story. Aries needs a wide audience. Okay, back to what's going on. Every time Aries hears the buckle on the cinch as I bring it across his stomach, he moves off. So I play with the cinch until he stops, and then I release. Something at the far end of the arena caught Aries' attention. I think it was a bird on the outside of the wall. You could see his shadow along the bottom edge of the arena where the sun was peeking through. Aries was worried, so I went over to vanquish the shadow monster. The process of getting him to follow me was cute. He would take a few steps closer, only if I went first. Right behind you, boss. I'm right behind you. That was as close as he was gonna get. He was still concerned about the shadow monster, and now another noise along another wall. Hearing things and not seeing them is tough for him. He had a moment of detachment before reconnecting with me. I did survive the shadow monster, after all. Today was a do-nothing, hang out in the pasture kind of day. I've said before that I try not to have a plan. I go out and see what everyone is in the mood for, including me. And today was a sun yourself kind of day. Picasso can always be counted on to come over when I call. Aries, less so. Some days he comes, some days not so much. But Spike and Apache are well aware of my treat-carrying status, so they come over for their bit of treat. Aries likes to play hard to get on occasion, but even he has no power against cookies. It's hard not to just sit all day and enjoy the last days of summer. In November. Yeah, we are that lucky in California. The winds die down and the air stays warm. Then I attempted to get Picasso to play with me. Some days he is rearing to go, but on days like today, he is less than impressed. So to get rid of me, what does he do? He runs and hides behind Aries. Aries is fairly certain I've lost my mind, but he'll pat me on the head and tell me I'm a good girl anyway. I finally was able to get their energy up enough to where both boys decided, okay, time to play. I ran all the way down there and decided to give Aries a good scratch on his neck and shoulders. My dog Bailey really wanted to be in this episode, so she took to just standing in front of my camera person. Aries was loving the scratching, and he even pushed his nose on me a little bit, trying to mutually groom. Thanks, bud, but no teeth. I went back and scratched his dock and tail head. Not sure you can see it very well, but he was moving his tail towards my hand. I think he liked it. But the king of loving scratches is Picasso. He will park himself out and contort himself to get you to scratch just the right spot. I think it's really important to have these days where you ask nothing of your horse, just enjoy them as horses.